Chapter 1 being the beginning of the game where you're not even allowed to even leave the camp, meanwhile New Austin being a state where you're not even allowed to go as Arthur. But in this challenge, we're going to see if you can make it to New Austin while being in Chapter 1. Hopefully you enjoy. We begin in Chapter 1 with very few tonics just like the last challenge. So we're going ahead and get a few things and head over to this location where I'm going to be able to get the ginseng elixir that I'm going to need in order to max out my health. So our journey finally begins. I'm going to be getting a few things along the way and also to get some money as well just to make sure I get enough tonics.
Welcome, sir. Come see what I got. Let me give you a tip. You don't grab this jerky here real quick, ain't gonna be none left.
So after all that, I decided to get a wagon from Valentine and head over to the location I need to go to, which is St. Denis. From there, I went to the doctor to get all the tonics I need, and I also needed a Pacific wagon as well to also be able to bypass the sniper in New Austin. I needed to eat the saloon food as well to get a golden hardcore. So we finally steal the wagon and head over to the location to West Elizabeth where we begin the journey. Finally make it to West Elizabeth. I also need to make sure I be careful as well when it comes to this area because there is lawmen that will actually kill me if I'm not careful. Obviously, our first location is Steve's Landing and then McFarland's Ranch. So not only a random batch of lawmen spawns there as well, but the dreadful New Austin sniper is also sniping at me as well. But luckily I have a wagon to protect myself. Luckily we make it past Steve's Landing, and the next location is McFarland's Ranch. Soon enough we make it into McFarland's ranch, and the next location is Armadillo. Now we're finally in Armadillo. Now we're going to head to the second to last location, which is Tumbleweed. So I was casually trying to get by this sheriff that's over here. And unfortunately, yeah, it didn't turn out to be too well. And yeah, this is a terrible idea. There's a lot of lawmen that start spawning in, and well, I start running out of tonics, unfortunately. But I didn't exactly want to give up, so I decided I wanted to go into Tumbleweed and then try to make it to Benedict Point, which is the final area. And well, my chances to getting over to Benedict Point was pretty grim, I have to say. And at this point, I didn't have any tonics left, so I was, well, screwed. Luckily, I saved my game when I was getting stocked up on my consumables, so I decided I needed some extra tonics, so I went to this location to get some open tonics. After going to St. Denis to get this wagon, I decided to try my second attempt to get to New Austin. So I finally made the Thieves Landing, and now the next location is to once again to McFarland's Ranch, which I made to McFarland's Ranch. Then I made it to Armadillo. Now I just need to make it to the second to last location, which is Tumbleweed. So again, I tried to avoid the sheriff, and well, got seen regardless, and the second attempt was an absolute dumpster fire, literally. So this is my third attempt to get to New Austin, and well, if you think the second attempt was an absolute disaster, this one was just confusing. This literally had confused me when this happened. Like, seriously, can someone explain this, literally what happened? I'm just confused. So this is my fourth attempt. Luckily, I did get back to Thieves Landing successfully without getting killed randomly, and now my next location is to get to McFarland's Ranch. But even trying to make it to McFarland's ranch, I died. Somehow I died. I don't understand. With the other 2 attempts being absolutely ridiculous, I was hoping that my 5th attempt will actually turn out to be pretty well. And well, it turned out that I actually would get past Thieves Landing. But what about McFarland's ranch? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So driving on these railroad tracks, I thought of an idea. I could use the railroad tracks that are by McFarland's ranch to get past the lawmen. So I was finally here in McFarland's ranch and I decided I want to take a turn where the railroad tracks are at. And well, yeah, that was a bad idea. Very bad idea. Aside from attempt number 1 almost getting towards the goal, I was not really having much success with these attempts, and on my 6th attempt it was already a rocky start. And as you can see, I was getting very unlucky with these spawns, and this is already a bad start to this run, and yeah, I wasn't having too much success. And so for the 6th time, we finally make it to Thieves Landing, and I was wondering if any time I'm going to actually be able to make it to McFarland's ranch. But near me was a sheriff, so I had to go around and make sure I didn't get seen by the sheriff. But I have finally made it to McFarland's ranch, and the next destination is to Armadillo. But I have finally made it to Armadillo, and I need to get to the second to last location, which is Tumbleweed. I then decided to take a different path to Tumbleweed and see what happens. I am getting led to Ridgewood Farm. Unfortunately, there was a sheriff, so I had to wait for a while for him to pass by. After I left the farm, I soon enough see that it got windy. I always looked at it was a tornado as that actually happened. Maybe it was going to stop me from getting to Benedict Point. Who knows? But finally, I made it to Tumbleweed. Now my final destination is the bandit point, but I started to get really excited. I was just hoping I just didn't get randomly sniped out of nowhere. But I finally have made it to Bandit Point. After getting past Dee's Landing, McFarland's Ranch, Armadillo, Tumbleweed, finally after 5 attempts, I finally made it to Bandit Point, the final destination. After hell and back, I'm finally here. I was absolutely just relieved and happy that I finally made it to this location after so many hours of trying to get to this location. Finally, I made it. By far, this was absolutely the hardest challenge yet. Way more harder than getting to Guama, that's for damn sure. And this was absolutely just hard, especially just the amount of hours it takes to get over here. It was absolutely just hard. So this wraps up this video. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this challenge video, and stay tuned for more videos as they be coming to this channel.